Hey everybody, it's the 19th of Tuesday, 19th of August, Tuesday. It's going on 6:40. I just finished my walk this evening walk with my wife. I came home probably about 4:30. I would have left earlier, but someone came to talk to me because they haven't seen me in 3 weeks. So this is my first day back to work, actually in the office. Yesterday I took a sick day to go do some medical updates. I think you saw that in the early videos. And then in the afternoon, my wife and I went to IKEA, and then we went to the shopping mall. And we walked and walked and walked. We haven't been to a shopping mall in more than a year. Let me take that back. 6 months ago, but it was very quick. But actually just to walk around. But we walked around IKEA because we're looking for some furniture to take back to Laos to see if there's anything we want to buy here to ship back when we move back in December, because it's probably more expensive in Laos. We did some price shopping in Laos before we came to Bangkok last week, so we're just doing some price comparison and some quality comparison, and there's a couple things that we can get here that's better price, better quality, and in Laos we might just pay a little more for the convenience. So yesterday we pretty much determined that I'll probably buy my reclining chair, like a lazy boy type. I found a Thai version that's a lot cheaper, almost 50% cheaper than the lazy boy in Laos. That's a significant amount, and I really want one. I want a chair that I'm comfortable to sit in to study and spend a lot of time there, and I want a good desk, because right now I'm just on like a folding table, and I want a desk. So it looks like those would be two of the things I'll be buying, and they'll come in. So the movers are coming tomorrow, so we want to give them an idea. We also want an outside lounge chair, but we can't find that in Thailand, in Laos. So we spent the whole afternoon walking till like 6, 7 in the evening, because we went to Central World, IKEA and then we went to Central World, and the stores we knew that were there before, where we bought our furniture, was not moved, and then the sneaker store that we wanted to go to also changed. So we were walking around, then we went to information, and the things we really wanted for the furniture were completely on the other side of the shopping mall. It's a huge shopping mall. It's enormous. So we had to walk to the other side and looked at different chairs, and then I saw this lazy boy copy that's made in Thailand, and that's probably what I'll go for. It's significantly cheaper, and we'll send it back. But we came home completely exhausted. We had to eat out for lunch and for dinner. We were completely exhausted. Went to bed at 9. I woke up at 5:30, and I really did not want to get out of bed. So it was more than 8 hours sleep when I got up this morning, and I just, oh my gosh, it was so brutal to wake up. But yesterday just really knocked us out. But I got up this morning, I got up on time, I forced myself awake, and one of the things that we did yesterday was buy new shoes. I find this kind of talk interesting when I see other people talking about it, so I'll just talk about it. I finally bought new shoes, replaced my old runners that I bought a year and a half ago, 2 years. I should have actually replaced them 6 months ago when Da replaced her shoes. I should have replaced them, but I wanted to really kill them. I really wanted to wear them out, and I wear my shoes out till you can see the bottom of my foot. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but basically where there's no sole left. And these shoes, I had some Asics Kineology, and they were all wonderful. But I walk more than 10,000 steps a day, between 10 and 15,000 a day, and I work out in them. And that's really what I wore. I didn't wear them to work. I wear these Keens to work. I really love these. These are great, really comfortable. They're kind of ugly, but they're so comfortable. They're like walking on cloud, and they're starting to become very popular here. But I wanted to try another running shoe, and so I really wanted to try either the On. I had On before, my Asics, but I wanted to try these Hokas. So I got these Hokas. You can see the grip. So the shoes I just replaced, the Asics, they were completely bald on the bottom, completely bald. So every time I went out, even last night, even walking for a couple hours, my feet were so sore. And then it was raining outside, so I was slipping on the ground. So every time I would walk in the evenings, I couldn't walk when it rained. But I wanted to try these Hokas, and I got these Hokas. It's called the Giovata 5. It's the latest version. There was another pair I wanted to get called the Mach 5 or Mach 3, something like that. I really love the colors. But these Giovatas, they came in just plain colors, this light brown tan, a dark blue, and a dark black. That's it. And I never buy white shoes. Never. I don't buy white anything, almost anything at all. This is close to white. I feel kind of weird wearing these. I'm like, really, these are my shoes? But I wanted to try something different. I went a little different, but the material is really fantastic. But as soon as I put these on in the store, I realized how badly I needed to replace my other shoes. I mean, I was big. It felt like I was walking bare feet almost. Just no cushion at all. And I put these on and I was like, oh my gosh, what a huge difference. You know, they do say if you walk a lot and you wear these down, I mean, these do have a lifespan. It might not look like your shoe needs replaced, but it probably does, because I guess these cushions actually wear out. And then I like the fact that they have teeth. But these are called Giovatas, and Giovata actually means seagull. So you have this little logo on the back. I was reading up about these yesterday. I was reading up on these this morning, and they're pretty well recommended by runners. I'm not really a runner, but the reason I went with the Giovata versus the Mach 3, which had the better color, and it was a little more comfortable. I felt like I was walking a little better, a little more a cloud. But I said I have they had this scale, this foot analysis scale at the store, and I tried it, and what was interesting, the guy said it's not accurate, but what it did was it identified something that I knew I had. I knew I had a problem with the way my foot hits the ground, but I didn't know what it was called. I never saw it. It was called impronation. I have an impronation. I have a subpronation problem. So I walk from the outside of my heel to the front of my toe, the right of my toe. But I walk from my big toe, or from my right side of my heel, to the front. So it's pronation or inodation. Oh, I don't remember. But you can see the way my shoe, this one is worn. So you can see I hit the ground from the outside, and then I move into my foot moves into the toe, and my shoes really wear out fast that way, because that's where all my weight's going. So this scale, then after it analyzes your foot, recommends some shoes. And I told the guy what this said my problem was, or how my foot works. He said then he would recommend the Giovata, because this has some extra support for that very problem. It makes it stiffer, and it gives more padding in the areas where you use the shoe more, and it basically tries to correct your pronation, or your I just saw the word inundation. I don't remember. So I tried these on, and I can really tell the difference. I can feel where the it's almost like the shoe is resisting the way your foot would actually move. So I'm gonna try these. I'm not really excited about the color. I wanted something a little brighter, and I definitely didn't want to go white. I don't go white on almost anything. And but when I put these on, I was like, oh my gosh, I needed new shoes. And the reason that's a big deal for me is about 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, I had a trainer for a couple weeks when I first moved to Thailand, and he talked about it's better for your feet. He got me understanding that it's better for your feet to be in more of a natural sense, in a natural state. So basically, to the ground, flat, no cushion. So basically, what the shoe industry has done is it's killed your feet, making shoes. Your feet should be able to adapt. They're stronger when they can touch the ground, and it's healthier. I'm not so sure that works when you're in a concrete jungle. Maybe in a real jungle, but not in a concrete jungle. But so what I started doing, I started buying shoes that were more flat and closer to the ground and very little cushioning. And one of those shoes I bought was this Earth Runner. I remember when I bought this Earth Runner. Look at this. Look at the difference here. Earth Runner compared to, this is it's less than a flip-flop. It's like a piece of paper. So I started, and he said it would take some time. So I've been reading up on trying to get my feet used to just walking on flat surfaces. So I bought these Earth Runners. I remember the first time I wore them, we went to the shopping mall, and we walked probably several hours in them. I wanted to cry when I came back to the house the next day. My feet were burning on fire. Everything hurt. Even this strap. The inside of my toe was my big toe, and inside was all cut up. My feet hurt so bad, and I thought, okay, I just need to get through this. So I wore these straight for a couple years, for about 1 or 2 years, and my feet never got used to it. I would wake up in the morning, and I feel like my bones were crushed from the day before. Very painful to walk in the morning. And finally I did that for like 2 or 3 years. I had all these flat shoes, sneakers, and I would work out barefoot. I'd go to the gym barefoot, and just I was so persistent for 2 or 3 years, and then finally 2 years ago, I'm like, oh my gosh, if this is how I feel when I'm only 54, what's going to happen when I'm older? I got those Asics kinesiology shoes. They're real thick ones, like these Hokas. Oh my gosh, my feet, huge improvement. My feet didn't hurt anymore. It took about a week or two, and I could get up in the morning. My feet don't hurt anymore. So I don't know if I'm past the point of no return. I do get wide shoes now, so my feet aren't squished. My toes aren't squished together. I do have hooks on the outside of my feet. The smaller toes are hooked in. And they say, I see pictures of a healthy foot and a foot that's been used to years of wearing shoes, and yeah, my feet were probably all spread out. I do wear toe spreaders in the evening, and I only started that about a year or two ago. But this is from wearing shoes when they were probably too small when I was younger, and I'm thinking back to my soccer sneakers, the cleats and stuff I wear for sports. They were always super tight, and they kind of had to be. So you could control the ball. And my guess is all that running, all that pressure and everything eventually did that to my feet. So this is what I put my toes in at night. These toe spreaders. I don't know if they're working. but they're supposed to help relieve the pressure and hopefully reform your feet. But my feet are probably so far gone. My mom had problem with her feet, but when she was a teenager, she was big. She was tall and she had big feet. So she was embarrassed by it, and she would squeeze her feet into shoes that were like 1 or 2 sizes too small, because she was embarrassed. This is back in the 50s and the 60s, and she was pretty conscious about her what she looked like, and she was kind of embarrassed by her height. She was very tall, and it's beautiful today, tall with big feet. And back then, so she would also walk stoop shouldered, so she didn't look so tall next to the guys. So she killed her feet, and she had foot problems her entire adult life. She had to go to a foot doctor, get special things, treatment for her feet. But her feet were gnarly. I mean, she ruined them. And then she was also stoop shouldered because of walking stoop shouldered when she was younger, just trying to look small. I really so I don't know if I can reverse the problem. My feet don't hurt near what they used to before with the shoes from these Earth Walkers or these thinner type shoes. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to this. I think these might be okay for like very small distances or actually dirt ground surface, but no way for a concrete jungle. I'd wear these to work and I'm like, oh my gosh, my feet were just killing me. So that was a long story about my shoes and my feet. I think I covered everything I wanted to say. Anyway, I think it's better if you can go without the cushion shoes, go with the natural toe type shoes, shoes that don't squish your feet. The earlier the better in your life. But yeah, I think I'm past the point of no return. So the other thing I wanted to say was this morning I did my 3rd workout with Mad Muscles. And I finished in 20 minutes. It was 2 supersets. And it probably would have finished in 15 minutes. But, again, I didn't have my glasses. I don't wear my glasses at the gym, and I'm just looking. I just set up the program to go. And I didn't realize, I pressed play. I didn't realize you had to press play for the time. Today's workout was on a timer. So it was like 8 exercises for 36 seconds. Instead of counting, they were 30-second intervals. In 30 seconds, one 10-second rest, and then 30 seconds another exercise. They were like plank, pike, push-up pikes, some bicycles, some polymetric push-ups, and lunges and reverse lunges and jump squats and cross jumping jacks, and it's just a variation of some like calisthenics type exercises. And I would have finished it in probably 15 minutes, but it took me 20 because I pressed play, and the timer started, the main timer started, and I thought that started the whole series. So then it would move to the next video for me to just go along with the video. And it was like a couple minutes. It was like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm like, why is this? The timer's running, but the video's not changing to the next exercise. And I have my phone placed on the bench. It's a small screen, and I'm standing up there. And so the main timer's running. I didn't see that's to start the main timer, but then you have to press for each exercise. You have to press for the first exercise to start. For 30 seconds, that runs for 30 seconds. And then I thought, okay, I started the exercises. And then that was a minute or two. Before I'm looking, I'm like, what is going on? So there's a second timer within the program. So once you're finished with the first one, the timer stops. And then you're supposed to press this timer for the second exercise. So you need to press this for each exercise, this timer. And I lost about, it probably took me 5 minutes. I would lasted 5 minutes longer than it was supposed to. But so far, I like the workouts. I like the series. I like the progression. But so far, the biggest things I don't like about it are, I don't like to have to be checking my phone every exercise, especially when they change that quickly, because I'm not familiar with the routine, and so I need to keep checking. So I need to check for each exercise what it is, and then I got to press another timer to either log it to start the timer for that exercise, or log in before it moves on to the next one. And then and I'm not wearing my glasses, so the font and size of it's hard to see. So I like the workouts so far. I like the routines. It looks like I did find a way that you can increase the intensity. So I upped the intensity to a level higher. But I didn't like the, it's just that practicality of it, because I'm like, if I go to another gym and there's a lot of people and stuff, I don't want to keep pulling my phone out every 30 seconds, or have to set my phone somewhere so I can see it, or have to pull it out of my pocket every time I have to see the next exercise, because it gives a faint beep. If you're listening to music or something in the background, it gives a faint beep to start and stop. So every time you start a new workout or a new exercise, you got to pull it out to see what the exercise is, and then activate it. So exercises are good, routines are good, but I don't like the practicality of it, because I just want to know what I need to do and how long to do it. So I'll continue with it. I think it's a great warm-up. I'm going to increase the intensity every day until I think it's at a point where I think it's at my level. So right now, it started me off at a 5, and now I'm moving to a 6. I don't want it to go too crazy, because I like this 15 first 20 minutes as a warm-up, and then I want to move on to the lifting weights. So I'll do so after this warm-up, for most people, this is going to be your workout. That would be it. But I like 45 minutes to an hour. So after that, I did chest, and then the rest of the week I'll alternate to back and dumbbell type exercises, just to get a little more weight and a little longer workout. So that was my story on my feet and my shoes. That's probably not all. I find this interesting. Let me know what kind of workout shoes do you wear. So I had to get wide. I did get wide, and I did have this supination and impronation problem. Do you have this kind of problem? What kind of shoes do you recommend? I probably won't get new ones again until another year from now, year and a half. I'll wear these out as far as I can. But I did learn a lesson that I think I wore those other ones way too long, because I walk a lot. I work out. These were worn out, completely worn out on the bottom. And I had no cushion at all, and I need the cushion for my feet to stay healthy. So let me know what your shoes are. Let me know what kind of feet problems you have, and let me know if you find this kind of discussion interesting. I do. So today, just to add, today was a couple meetings at work. That's how I started this talk. I had some meetings at work, but the conversations, I didn't have much interaction besides these big meetings with the board and everything. But I'm just like sitting in there after 3 weeks of being allowed, just sitting in the office. And I was like, I can't wait to leave this place. I cannot wait to leave. I just don't want to be there anymore. So, and the people were really nice, and my staff were nice, and a couple of the girls came up, said, "We missed you, glad you're here." But I'm like, "Thank you," and it was really sweet, and it was no problems with anybody. I just feel I'm ready to leave. I'm mentally ready to leave. And so that just reminds me, so this is Choice at Winding Down Chronicles of an expat going into early retirement. I'm not retired yet, but I'm getting there, and I'll be retiring on a very modest budget. So I can't be doing these spending sprees like we did yesterday. We did replace some things for the kitchen. Also at IKEA, no, not IKEA, Central World. So we're going to have to be careful moving forward. I wish I had a pause for the phone. So, yeah. So the reminder was today. You know, just another day. There's just a reminder. Nothing bad happened, but I'm just so ready to leave the job. And it was clear from the meeting. I mean, no sense of appreciation. They showed appreciation for other people, but no sense of appreciation. Not even, yeah. So anyway, everybody, this is week 18, middle of week of 18, going into early retirement. Take care, God bless, and take it slow.